Okay, quick Friday walk and talk here with a little recap on the Fed. We actually got a wide array of commentary from FOMC voting members, aside, of course, from 2 days of testimony from Kevin Warsh. Let's start with the committee members, though. We've had half a dozen of them speak up, voting members all, and they're all on the same page on a couple of points. One, there's a widespread impatience with the duration of this inflation running above target. Two, there's universal concern, except for one guy, Kevin Warsh, but the rest of them are universally concerned that the AI CapEx build-out is starting to create demand pressures that need to be responded to with the monetary tightening. Now, economically, I'm going to say that's incorrect, because a bunch of hyperscalers wanting to spend a lot of money on CapEx is not a demand shock. It's demand. A demand shock is when the monetary authority runs overly easy policy, the demand curve shifts out, nominal aggregate spending accelerates, and you get inflation. However, we're not seeing nominal aggregate spending accelerate. So the demand curve is stable. There is no demand shock. What is happening is that demand by the hyperscalers is displacing other investment in the economy. So, we have housing going nowhere, business structures really going nowhere. So, the Fed is capping growth in nominal aggregate demand, and I don't think they really have anything to worry about in that regard. But that's neither here nor there, because I'm not on the committee, and all of them, aside from Warsh, are worried about it. But what did we hear from Kevin Warsh? He's got a committee for that. So several times in his 2 days of testimony, he laid out a three-pronged program when he was asked about how specifically he's going to fulfill his commitment to price stability. One, commit to it. They're going to commit to the commitment. Two, accountability. They're going to take ownership of the outcomes. And three, he's going to form a task force. Several task forces, in fact. And in 3 to 6 months, after deep discussion among the experts, he's going to have a solution for us. What is not on that list? Raising interest rates in July or September or anytime soon. He's just not on that program by any stretch. On the AI CapEx, Warsh was asked about concerns of Waller and Williams specifically. And he referenced a good family fight, his favorite phrase, and suggested he sort of takes issue with their contention that it's a problem. His committee will be studying it for 3 to 6 months, but by the end of that time frame, he expects productivity to pick up and expand the supply side and take care of any demand that the CapEx is generating. So he is the only FOMC member who's pretty clear about the fact that he does not think AI CapEx is something they should respond to. So we've got a fascinating dynamic. Kevin Warsh is not leading the charge for a monetary tightening. He's fighting a rearguard action to fend one off. And now we know why he keeps referring to the FOMC meeting as a family fight. Because apparently, when he got there in June, they all ganged up and beat the snot out of him. So we'll see how this plays out. As I said the other day, let's hope they get a good inflation print to help them avoid making a mistake of tightening. I think it would be a mistake. And they got those good prints, but, just one data point, blah, 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 blah. I think we're going to get 2 votes for a tightening in July, Hammock and Logan. That's going to sort of corner Warsh into having to come across as hawkish. So we get a hawkish hold in July. Markets should continue to look for a September hike. But I think the key variable there will be what we get from the hyperscalers when they announce earnings at the end of July. I think these AI CapEx forecasts are going to level out. That should chill out the Fed on their AI CapEx overheating concern. And from that point, I would expect these tightening expectations to subside. But a lot to happen between now and then, so we'll keep you posted. Have a good weekend.